My guy is here.
Yo, yo,
Hey,
yo.
real life. Hey.
Friday, Friday. What's up?
Right, Friday. How's my family?
We're good. We're settling.
I
We're
love
good.
it.
How about you?
I'm good. I'm over here retired.
It feels so strange hearing you say that.
Me too.
In my head, I was like, within 2 weeks, Tasha's gonna create like it's gonna be like a bus trip. It's gonna be something. Save the women field trip. I was like, something is gonna
Yo,
come
I
within
promise
weeks.
you, I'm fighting myself not to. I'm
That's good
really
though.
fighting. Like, oh, I should like we should be in Barbados. Like, why?
You put in years of work,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
decades of work
Yep.
to take a break.
I am retraining my mind and body to
Mm.
like literally like that go mode. I'm like, I was just telling my husband yesterday. He called me on the way home. I was like, I don't. And at this time, it might have been 2:30, 3 o'clock. I was like, I don't know where the day went. I think I sent 2 emails. I did nothing else,
But you
and
you set it up though.
I did. I did between automations, building the team, and literally building a life that sustains itself and works and operates outside of me. And so it's retraining as a Black woman in America. Like we are built to
Mm.
hit the ground running. And it's like I had my first son when I was 20. So I moved out of my
Mm.
mom's house very
Yep.
early, 20, on my own. It's just me and this kid. And we've been trucking since. So, right, since I was 20, I've been in go get 'em mode,
Oh yeah.
go mode, right? And so I'm just like, huh, breathe.
But you also with that, like you're also breaking. You're not only breaking like a generational curse for like for your family, but you're
Yeah.
breaking like a curse for Black women.
You better say it, right?
Because
Giving yourself permission to build, right? Because this didn't come without a struggle. So
yes.
I'm here because of what I had to put in the early stages, right? So that hustle, that grind, that
Hmm.
praying, the stepping out on faith, the listening, the questioning, the sleepless nights,
The
the
question.
good the, the good cries, the bad cries,
Yeah.
the spinning in circles, the trying that didn't work out, the sliding down the wall,
Yeah.
just pure exhaustion.
Talk about talk about this because I think people may not see it as a part of the process.
Oh yeah.
Talk about like the building the things out so you could
Yeah.
retire.
You know, like you said, this where I live at now is 2.5 decades in.
Hmm.
Let's
Mm.
like people see it now, right? So I'm 45. I'll be 46 in October. Remember, I left my mama house at 20.
20. Yeah, yeah.
So let's be clear, right? At 20, I was gone and with a kid. I was
With the
5 months
kid.
pregnant. I was 5 months pregnant, right? And so it was a building. At first, it was pure survival. I wasn't operating on purpose. I didn't know about a purpose. I knew, I remember telling my mom, I'm not going to raise a kid in your house. Like I knew that. I knew that.
Because of
And
because of because of the church rules?
not necessarily the church, but my sister had a kid.
Mhm.
And then so I saw my mom parent my sister while my sister tried to parent my niece. I was like, and my mom had every right to, right? My sister didn't know nothing about raising a kid. And so my mom had every right to. And like, yo, get up. She gotta get, take her for a walk, do this. Like my sister was young, so didn't know. Teenage mom, right? And I was like, I just knew what I was doing. I'm not raising a kid here. Right? Like, so
Mm.
I said it out of, oh no, I ain't doing that. And
Mm.
so when I got pregnant, Tasha went and got her an apartment. And so
So this go getter didn't start as a therapist.
no. it morphed into something else. Totally wild. So like I said, so now I'm in survival mode because now I have a baby. I done moved out. I got the apartment. I got me a piece of a car, and I'm just trying to, make it work. Me and my baby, we gonna make it work. By this time, I'm embedded in the church, right? So like I said before this, I'm a third generation preacher now. I wasn't then, and so we're trying to do life, right? So I've been in a hustle, survival mode, and then I just came out of survival mode consciously. Out of survival mode, probably 2020.
Wow.
By this time I was already in private practice for 2.5 years. And I think a little bit of that still had some kind of residual effect to where it still was stored in my body. That's what I'm dealing with day to day now, that it was still consciously, money
Yeah.
wise, I'm good, right? Money wise, I think I made it. But my body has all of this decade worth of survival stored up.
I mean, you would know it better than me from a therapy angle, from a fitness angle, which
Mm,
almost mingle. It's almost as like hustle is trauma stored in the body.
yes.
And it's like, how would you advise a black woman to get it out?
I always say that it's an energy and energy needs to be expelled.
Hmm.
So, movement, I don't care if it's yoga, I don't care if you're running, I don't care if you're out there walking, you have to move the body
Hmm.
to expel some of that energy. So, I applaud people that go to the gym. Drew, I want to be one of them gym rats so bad.
You can be.
I can't. And I know just consciously, I can't.
What's the is it because you don't want to work out around people?
No, I don't want to work out.
Okay, that's legit. That's
Yep.
lit. Maybe you haven't found the workout genre that you like.
It very well could be. I didn't brought the cute clothes. I didn't tried from fitness edge to Planet Fitness to private gyms. I've had 3 or 4 trainers. Tasha just don't like to work out. I just,
Do you like to walk?
I do.
Maybe just go to walk.
Yep. I like, and I'm in a walkable neighborhood. I can throw on my sneakers. I like to do that, right? I can put on my headphones. I love to do that. So I'm like, people just get up and walk. I done brought the Peloton tread and the bike, Drew, and gave them both away for free. Drew, I want to be it so bad. And I just,
Wait, before I almost was gonna sell my liver for a Peloton at one time during the COVID when they were going for like 5,000 or some junk. Maybe this is how I see it because I've had a chance to work with black women, but pretty much all my fitness career. It was all,
Mhm.
and then in the church it was always black women. I think, and you probably noticed already, you even having this in your body, you're gonna be able to do something with that for other black women. Because I've never saw a black woman retire,
Mhm.
then it be done gracefully. It's always
Mm.
like this hard, brutal stop,
Mhm.
and then they decline. Like I've never
Mhm.
seen a black woman honestly retire and then like start moving forward in life. They usually like decline because they stop moving.
Yeah. And so then that's what I'm fighting. So here's what in my mind, right? This is probably week 3-ish, right, of coming out of full-time practice. So I've been laying around, which I need, right? Because there has to be a rest period. And so I'm forcing, especially for high achievers, burnout is hidden in high achievers.
Whoa,
And
whoa, whoa.
so
Speak on that.
it's hidden, right? Because we're high achievers. So we probably won't even recognize that we're burnt out because we can do a thing and do it gracefully.
Hmm.
But our body, our mind, the psyche, spiritually, it's like I'm frazzled, but I can get it done.
Who
And I
stops a
can get
person
it
like
just
that?
self. It's really an awakening. Why, but when you sit down and ask yourself the hard question, I can get it done, but why can't anybody else?
So that's what you've done that I admire, and I would love to see more black women. Like I have a soft heart for black women because my
Hmm.
mom's black, my sister's black. Like, you're my sister.
Hmm.
I I want to see them be able to implement that in their lives because we come from like generations and eras where like you do it all
Right.
because you're the only one that can do it, and that's
Mhm.
not it's not true.
Yeah, right. But we're groomed like that, right? So, an important hub or community of many Black families is the church. And Black women are the backbone of the Black church. We
Man,
standing, we standing at the gate when you come in. We in the kitchen. We we praying.
seriously,
We praying
babysitting.
people through, babysitting, burying the dead. You name it. We are intricately woven into the fabric of the Black community, of the Black church. And then the Black church wraps, for the most part, Black communities, right?
Community,
If
yeah,
you are not in church, you know somebody connected to a church because when it comes time
immediately,
to be buried, you can call somebody to say, hey, you know what, Pat, you know somebody. And so,
yeah, immediately.
immediately, so and so is a pastor, or so and so can preach, or so and so go here. You know somebody, right? And so with that, I think that's part of where the church gets it right and gets it wrong, right? Is it
Yeah,
where it's like women, people, but more so women, because women are the backbone, are applauded. Oh, so and so lost her brother yesterday, but she's standing at the back door. We just want to give thanks for her. Give her a round of applause. No, sis should be home grieving. Like we,
wait, you said something because I got in trouble for this a while ago, and I had told my mom, your sister died, you should not preach it. And the community was like, she's preaching her sister's funeral, like, and I'm like, no, there should be some grieving. If we got,
yeah.
there's tons of other preachers.
Hmm.
How does that get broken though? How does that cycle get broken?
We gotta first then be like, no, we've gotta no, no. I too am human. I always pose a question, Drew, especially when I work with churches. So part of what I do is work with churches to build their infrastructure so that they can have healthy community.
Wow,
And I do. I love it too. I absolutely love it.
wow,
I work with the pastor and the leadership team, whoever that may be. It could be staff or it could be like their joint board, the trustees and the deacons, whoever. Each church has a different makeup.
yeah,
And so I work with whoever that leadership is, create a strategic plan and center emotional and spiritual health in the middle.
wow. I didn't know that was that deep. Wow,
Yeah, so that because really churches mean well, but they can be unhealthy only because we're ingrained in such doctrine. And it's like,
hmm
stop it. Um, yeah.
that's a whole. It's a whole issue that I want to see solved. I always talk about it a lot. Like the church has the ability to move mountains,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
then we put stuff in front of the mountain that doesn't need to be there, so we don't even move it.
Right,
Like, we
right.
just become our own demise.
And in many ways, we take on we leadership of the churches erroneously, and I didn't think they do it because people put it on them, but they take on the savior syndrome that they are the Christ, right?
No.
It's like, no, you can't solve everybody's issue, baby. You're gonna have to refer them out. It's okay.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
we become unhealthy byproducts of said atmosphere and community. And so I digress. I don't know how we got there, but anyway, yes. So how do we stop it? Like there has to be an awakening in a culture of it's okay to sit down and grieve. I wonder how many people in the Black church has not grieved, um, or has grieved. I don't want to say wrong because there's not a wrong way to grieve, but lack of grief, like they just haven't grieved, right? And so it's this thing called spiritual bypassing, where it's
Yes.
like, yes,
let me just praise God and let's go
Let me
home.
just pray my way through it. But at home, you still got this issue, and you still need some help. And so I would always pose that's how I got there to the church, right? I would always pose the question to the leadership, what happens when the help needs help?
Oof.
You are called and assigned to help the people. But what happens when the help needs help?
I don't think two things. I don't think they see it as being help because they're playing the Savior's complex.
Oh,
It's like
absolutely.
Jesus was a different type of person.
Mhm.
He wasn't just man, right? So like that's why he can help everybody not need that. But he went to God. But I think the second thing I think that could happen, I'm pretty sure somebody may have done it or could do it, is have like a grieving service
Yes. Oh.
for leaders only. And it'd be something like the first 15 minutes we in a smash room where
Yes.
you get to smash stuff, you get to hit stuff, and you get to cry, you get to yell, and
Yes.
then pray to start some of that. Because if you're grieving and you're the beauty and ugly thing I think with strong black leaders and black people in general is that we have the ability to keep producing while we're grieving.
That's why that's why burnout is hidden in high achievers.
Mm.
Because we got it. We got
Mm.
to pick ourselves up. One thing that high achievers has a knack for just this overcompensation. I don't have the strength to do it for me, but I can do it for my neighbor, or I could do it for the kids, or I could do it for so and so going to depend on me. So I don't feel like it, but I may as well just get myself up and go. And at the end of the day, what that is self-betrayal.
Whew. I never heard somebody call it self-betrayal.
Yes.
How?
When everybody, we haven't put a title on it. And I'm doing some really good research on self-betrayal in Black women, because you feel it when you say yes when you really want to say no. Your body tells you live in self-betrayal before it consciously reaches your mind. And as a fitness instructor for years, you've probably had people live in self-betrayal through their body, but you just didn't name it.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know it had a name.
Yeah. Because it shows up in the body first. Our
Hmm.
body gives us so many answers, but consciously we can override the body. You already know that, right?
Yeah.
I want to work out. I think working out is great. We should be working out, but my mind says I'm not doing it, and so I just don't. Like I know, so my body, my knees, and my back tell me you should be working out, and and my mind says lay on the couch. I'm telling you, the body speaks.
That's. I've seen it as the body speaks. The body's telling you something. I never saw the self betrayal part coming from the body.
When we are going against what our body is telling us, right? Especially when we put it in the context, my context is always Black women, but so when we put it in the context of I need to I need to go down to the church house, or I got to go help my grandkids because my daughter I don't want to. You feel it in your stomach when you don't want to.
My gosh.
Your stomach is the compass.
Hmm.
You feel it deep in your soul. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do
Hmm.
that. I don't have the energy to do this, but I keep going. So why do you keep going?
Is it
Why
because
are you
the
not
norm?
allowing yourself to rest?
Hmm. It's seen. We know it. It's seen that if you rest, that you're not appreciating the opportunities that
Mhm,
could
mhm.
be. You're not using your God-given talent, or if you rest, everything's gonna crumble.
That's
But
it
is
right
it?
there.
Yeah.
If I rest, well, if I don't do it, who's going to do it? Well, I've adopted a stance. If I don't do it, it won't get done. I'm okay with it. But that was an awakening and a shift. Many
Hmm.
times we overproduce, which allows others to underproduce.
My gosh.
And, so, and while we continue to overproduce, they gladly with their feet up, but we running ragged. Do you hear me?
And then blaming them.
And right. Oh, and then so it's just really resentment sets in. Bitterness, and then bitterness is topped off with resentment. We hate everybody when really we've lived in self-betrayal so long. We can't, but we don't know it as self-betrayal. We just know y'all just around here laying up and ain't doing nothing. I'm running here, there. Well, why are you doing it then?
How can you say it's self-betrayal without an enormous amount of defense coming up? If you say that in the crowd.
I just say it. Legit in therapy. I recently, I think it was last Monday, I was meeting with one of my coaching and supervision clients, and she was in self-betraying. I'm just cutting it. And she said, I need you to stop. And I paused for a minute. She said, because I've got to take this in. She said, the people you work with and your team must be really strong to handle what you got to say to them. And I just paused. I was like, oh, because I wasn't I'm not her therapist, but I'm just reading and cutting. And she's like, they got to be really strong to take this in. I said, but it's the truth and it'll make you better.
Or did you want to get better?
Right. So you can only come see me for coaching when you got to be ready for the truth. Now that's the word, the truth shall set you free. So I don't feel no way when I'm like, well, you do know that self-betrayal. And usually I get the same look of wait a minute, what is self-betrayal?
But for me, I'm looking at it like there's a name for that now.
Yeah.
Versus you just feel that everybody should be doing something. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't be doing anything maybe at that particular point. I'm like, if there's a name for that, there's a solution for it.
You know what the solution is? Boundaries.
Boundaries, huh?
Boundaries. When we lack boundaries, we enter into self-betrayal and we call it compromise.
Say that again.
When we lack boundaries, we enter into self-betrayal, but we call it compromise. Compromise is when two people give something up and come to the table. Not when I step over and to do what they want to do when I don't want to do it.
So would you say for the audience, compromise is what marriage looks like?
Compromise is if I have to go 80 today and you only got 20, that's our 100.
That's our 100.
But if I'm consistently going 80 and you only give me 20, that's self-betrayal. It's not compromise. So some days, people who aren't married think marriage is 50-50. It ain't.
It's nowhere near. Who told y'all?
We're like, yeah, it's 50-50. It ain't.
Not at all.
Ain't.
In black or white marriages. It's
theoretically, it's like, oh yeah, you get 50, he with 50. It ain't. No. Some days somebody got to give 99% because the other one ain't got it at all. They got 1%. And then so it's the ebb and flow of it all. But when you have one person that's given 99, like I said, or that 80 all the time, that resentment and bitterness is going to get it. It's a human emotion. And when you feel that, you know that you've been in self-betrayal because you feel it in your body. Resentment is that emotion, right? That comes with the anger. It's going to come with stomach aches, headaches. Your voice is elevated. You're now, sis, how we get here? Bruh, how we get here? Take me back.
How does someone come to the point? What does someone do first? Do they address it in the body or do they address it like in the mind first?
In order to solve it, it has to be addressed in the mind. Remember, there's an awakening, so that means that there's an awareness. You have to be aware. So when asking a question, what are you doing? How did we get here? Let's figure this all out. Oh, I remember 5 years ago, so this happened, and it just been that way. Well, when did you get mad about it being this way? Because I think it starts out with good intention. I got mad when, so it's happened for 5 years. I got mad 2 years ago with then. And so the rest of the 3 years, it's been self-betrayal.
Oh,
Because so it's the awakening of the mind. Nothing changes until the mind is on board. That's why I can't go to the gym. That's why I can't work out because my mind is not on board. You see?
but it's a real thing with fitness, with life.
Yes.
If your mind doesn't like, so the Bible talks about being transformed
Oh,
by
yes.
renewing your
Renewing
mind
daily, every day.
daily. Like, renewing is a
Yes. Yes.
ongoing process. How you, cause we started off with, you retired,
Yep.
you are fighting to lay down,
Mm-hmm.
or fighting to lay down in peace.
And peace. Yep.
How are you addressing it with the amount of wisdom and knowledge you've occurred?
So part of the laying down, I've gone back into research. So now I am bookmarking articles, right? And I'm doing these things. I know Hetty, Tasha, lay down because whatever's coming, I do believe that I'm going into the season where it's going to be nonstop.
Hmm.
And nonstop of blessing on top of blessing on top of blessing. And I just believe that this, where I am right now, is God ordained for me to gather myself, gather my energy, tend to whatever is going on. And from there, I just know that's going to blow up. I know, and Mark, today is what, the 8th? Come back to this, August 8th, 2025. A year from now, 6 months from now, we're going to play this again, and it's going to go boom.
I believe it.
Me too. Like, I feel it deep
I
down, and like I
strongly
feel it,
believe it.
like I know it. And so I know with that, because I know with what God promised me, that I should rest. And when we even go back to thinking about using Jesus as an example, healed the sick, raised the dead, did all these great things in a matter of 3 years, did all of these great things. Think about anything prior to 30, he was getting ready.
30 years.
Getting ready. And did the most in
3 years. And 3 years.
3 years, right? And even in doing the most in 3 years, Jesus took breaks.
Daily.
The storm out on the sea, he is sleeping at the bottom of the boat. Things
Straight
are
storm.
raging. They up there, storms are raging. And he is like, what do y'all want? I'm trying to catch a nap. Like, what?
I always used to say, yo, did Jesus have an attitude?
Yes, he was spicy. Don't play. Do not. Listen, Jesus was spicy. So this persona that people, turn the other cheek. Jesus did this. Jesus did that. That ain't it. That ain't the Jesus I know. If you read the scripture the right way, Jesus was spicy.
Yeah. I strongly believe this for you, seriously. With the preparing for what's next, how did you actually give God like a yes to step away from your practice and the way you were?
So I was in Jamaica this June, and went with no expectation, right? I was just, okay, God. The retreat that I went on was called Expansion, right? Mastermind retreat, and I had no intention. So I remember flying over there and was like, what are you going to get out of this weekend? I just want to expand. I don't know what that is. I didn't go in. I want to expand and be of service. That was it. And I was posed a question in March by my good brother Drew. Right. By my good brother. It wasn't even a question. I don't even think you had a question. It was more of a, yo, sis, do you know? I was like, yeah, I get it. I hear you, but whatever. I get it. So you remember the exact moment we talked about.
I see the moment now.
So he was like, yo, what? And
It wasn't a question.
it wasn't. It was more of a statement. That's why it was. We had an encounter. It was a statement, and you grilled me and was like, but I was like, whatever. It had not even dawned on me that entire time after that until June. So when I was posed the question of, are you coming out of full-time practice or something? And I was like, oh, maybe, I don't know, maybe at the end of the year I'll think about it. That's how casual it was. And the coach said, what if in 60 days you could da 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 da? I looked at her. How would this feel?
Mm,
I'm on it. And I had to
mm,
sit with that. I went back to my room. I thought about it for a little while. And I love what I do. I love my clients. I love, Black women. And I was like, but if I'm going for the next big thing in life, I've got to let this thing go no matter how much I love it.
mm,
And if I want to
mm,
help Black women on a deeper scale, on a broader scale, and to the masses, I've got to be free to do that. And the individual therapy didn't allow me to be free enough to do that.
oof.
While I knew I was a gift to them, to my clients, and I knew I was a gift because they kept showing up.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Oh yeah.
its payment in a right, because there are many, many options out here.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is the payment in and of itself. They kept showing up. God kept God's promise to me and sent the women to me because I only
Mm,
prayed for those that were assigned to me. I don't want
mm,
any. If you ain't assigned to me, I will quickly let them go because I don't never want to block their blessing or hinder their journey. And so I took that. I had to sit with it and grieve. There was a level of grief that came in Jamaica as well. That
wow.
I sat at the table and the tears just started falling,
Wow.
and they just held space. I was like, am I saying goodbye to my girls? My girls being my people, my clients. I was like, am I saying goodbye? Am I doing this? Am I? But I knew the promise was greater.
Oof.
And so while I cherish the time with them, I pray that they cherish the time with me, but it was time to go. And so I just hold on to the promise of whatever God's got is greater.
Mm. That's a grieving that we don't usually hear about, a grieving from letting
Absolutely.
go of something that you actually love
Mhm.
and
Absolutely.
that God gave you.
Absolutely. And that God gave me that I prayed for.
Mm,
I prayed before I even started the practice and was naming the practice. So the practice has been in work since 2016. I fully started seeing clients in 2018 as a solo practitioner, grew it to a group and started a group practice in 2020 with employees.
wow.
So this is how I knew it was of God.
Wow.
And I still only prayed for those that are assigned to me. And so I know, and I had to think back that if God kept God's word for that,
Yeah.
and I'm hearing a pause come for whatever is next, and God knows my heart that coaching and speaking and consulting on a greater level to reach the masses, I'm going after that because God's been faithful over this.
Mm,
So it allows me to rest and be like, well, all right, God, I'm going to rest because I know whatever the next is, it's going to be a thing.
I let me say this without crying.
Oh, you see me over here getting teary. I had to grab the water as a distraction. God.
So the reason why I say without crying is because I remember being at a we were at a conference in March,
Mm-hmm.
and before we got to the table where we started talking about that, we both were noticing like, something shift. For me, I was doing I think the panel stuff, so I was in the front seat, but I was
Mm-hmm.
looking back, and I was trying to get your attention.
Mm.
When things are going on, I'm like, trying everything not to be like Tasha, and I'm looking. I'm like, something's about to happen for her. Not even saying it as a cliche, but I was like, something big is about to happen for
Yeah.
her. And I was like, I don't know what it is. We finish that, we clean up, we go to start eating, and then I'm like, yo, I'm burning.
Mm.
I was like, I'm burning. And I was like, Tasha and I are close enough where
Oh,
I can
yeah.
tell what's going on. I heard not take offense to it. And I was like, yo, I don't even remember what exactly I was saying, but everyone around us was trying to just make sense of it, and I was like, it don't need to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do this. There's something there, and like, so the part that's gonna make me cry was you were fighting, but you weren't fighting.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I'm not hearing you because I either sent something. No, you came to the table
Yeah.
and you was like, is this about to happen?
Yes. I'm like, I don't know. What is, I don't know. But in that moment in March, something clicked. I think a seed was planted. Like, I thought about it, but didn't necessarily think about it. Like, oh, maybe this will be it. Maybe it won't. Like, and then it happened in March. Whatever it, like you said, it clicked. It planted a seed. I tossed the seed out, hid it, buried it, whatever we want to call it. And then literally in June, it took root. It was just like, no. And it probably took root somewhere between March and June, looking at it now, right? Where the fruit of it came in June.
It definitely took. When you came to the table and you was like, am I about to do this? You had already told Dion.
Yep. Like, I think this is where we going.
And so I'm sitting there at the table like, and I'm like, everyone's like, yo, yeah, maybe try this this angle. And I'm like, nah, she gotta play. Like, I'm like, this has
Yep.
to happen. But the part that I hope people are encouraged by when they like hear this is, if God's calling you to rest or to pause, and
Yep.
you're a high achieving person,
Yes.
like, he wants that burnout not to happen so that the next thing could actually happen like the way it's supposed to. Like the last thing, like we see, like in the story of Elijah, he defeats the prophets of Baal, and God, he goes into the cave, he falls into depression, and
Under the
God's like,
tree.
under the tree, and he's like, I need you to rest because
Yep.
the journey is great that's ahead.
Yep. Absolutely.
Mm.
You take your rest, sit some nourishment, but absolutely, you got to get it together because whatever is coming, I sense it in my spirit. I know the direction. I don't know what it is, right? I know what I'm working toward. Um, but God is God and God is sovereign and masterful. So
Mm.
my finite mind can't even begin to compute the infinite wisdom and blessing that's on the way.
Mm.
And in this season, even when I feel anxiety and antsy to do a thing, that same day, usually within an hour or so, as I'm ideating and I'm like, oh, I could do this and I could do this, and I'll get a message that you are right where you're supposed to be. It'll be from the craziest places. I'm like, okay, God, never mind. Let me sit back
Whew.
down. Let me. Now I'm gonna go sit back down again, and because I have to fight the high achieving so that it's purposeful. And that's what
Yeah.
I want to teach other women, right? How to do this intentional and purposeful living.
Mm.
And
Mm.
so unwrapping myself of the demands and cares of the world and just, okay, here we are. So whatever this next thing is, I promise you, it's a thing. But I must be obedient to this season.
Yeah, and like the middle part of it,
Right.
when you say you want to teach Black women how to do that, is that through a group, a course, a community?
So I built, and this was before, I built the Liberation Lounge, right? Which is an online community of Black women where it's more about learning to rest and disrobe self-betrayal, to
Mm.
live intentionally and purposefully, right? And so that's what the community is, but it's so much more on the inside where I always believe that community matters. Healing doesn't happen in silos, it doesn't happen alone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Healing happens in community. We just need to find the right community to
Mm.
get in for that to happen. And when we find the right community to get in, it's like a breath of fresh air. And so remember, my prayer from well before I saw my very first client was for God to send the assigned. So I'm not everyone's coach. I was never everybody's therapist. I ain't everybody's friend. I ain't everybody's cup of tea. But I ain't. Um, I tell you, I got a little bit of holy Annhood. You're gonna have to take all of this, but my people hear my voice and they
They
know.
want that. They want that though. That's what they need.
Yes. So I'm like, if we're gonna get free and be liberated, we have to do it with intention. And so we have to talk about the things that most communities aren't talking about and present it in a way, right? So this ain't all this glitz and glamour and do this. No, we take them on a journey. I take them on a journey, and I have some other wonderful coaches that I work with that when we do our master classes, it's like, yo, well, this is gonna cut deep. Let's go. Let's go. So we're cutting deep with it to get the work done. So that I want, at the end, I want to see people living intentionally and purposely to the glory of God. All of this at the end of the day will be for the glory of God.
Oof. Make sure y'all get into that group if you're a black woman. There needs to be a black man that has a group like that.
Come on, his name is Drew.
His name is not Drew.
Come out here.
I would never purposely disobey God.
He said his name is not Drew.
He would have to make that one plain. Before I get out, I respect that, because something that I was talking to someone recently about, I was like, people are yearning for transparent, honest community.
Yeah.
That can also take them somewhere.
Yeah.
You don't want to be just transparent and like in your wounds, and then once you heal, that's it. It's like, no, we need to go to the next place that you're trying to go, because now we have qualified people like yourself who can take us there.
Right.
So is the Liberation Lounge open for people now?
Absolutely.
Nice.
DrNatashaBooker.com. That's where you hit it up, right? Or right. So if you're seeing this, no matter when you're seeing it, if you send us a DM and you DM Liberate, we'll send you a link to it. And it's a link to set up a vibe call with me, because listen, I only want the assigned. So I need to talk to the people. Because you got to be ready. You got to be ready to eat, because I'm ready to feed. And if you're not ready, come on here, somebody. And if you're not ready to eat,
be a tagline?
I guess. Listen, if they're not ready to eat, I'm only going to make them sick, because I'm going to be forcing something on them that they're not ready for. Hello,
Lord.
somebody. So,
my Lord. My Lord. They gotta be ready to eat, because I'm ready to feed them.
hello. If you just trying to see what's on the buffet, this ain't for you, child.
It's not for you. It's not for you.
Let me go graze and see. No, that ain't for you. I'm ready for women that are ready to shift.
I love that there's a community for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to intentionally today tell more women about that, because I believe strongly when Black women are free in their bodies and their mind and their spirits, it's gonna be lights out.
I remember I created a tagline that I probably need to trademark at this point too. That if you heal a woman, you heal a generation.
Please trademark that.
I have T-shirts that saying it all. I got T-shirt, mugs, the whole thing, right? But if you heal a woman, yeah, no, I took it off the site, but it's around. I have T-shirts and everything. You heal a woman, you heal a generation. I believe that women, because we are the ones that give birth, right? That we don't have to give birth physically. We can give birth spiritually and emotionally to shift generations to come. And that shifting breaks curses and starts new trajectories for those that come after us. We are the ones that we've been waiting for, and we just need to step into it, let God be our covering, and go mad out here. And we are shifting and healing generations.
We can end on that note.
And that's that. I
Oh,
appreciate you for chit-chatting today, my guy.
it was always my pleasure. Go
We'll
get in
do,
that group,
yo.
yo. We'll see ya. We'll talk
Yes. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.
later.